The Almost Perfect Podcast.
Welcome to the Almost Perfect Podcast, a celebration of fuck-ups, failures, and falling flat on your face. This is a podcast that believes you can learn from experience, but that experience doesn't have to be your own. Hi, I'm Bob Perfect, and I'm a functional fuck-up. Let's learn from somebody else's mistakes. And today we're learning from Muzi. Now, Muzi is a musician. He's a DJ slash producer slash singer slash live performer slash med school dropout. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that, because I didn't know that about Muzi until the day that we did this interview. And I've interviewed Muzi a bunch of times back in the day and pretty recently too. I interviewed him for Noisy, I think like 5 years ago was the first time. And then pretty recently I chatted to him about his latest release, Zeno, for Bubblegum Club. And in between that, I've also done a few other interviews with Muzi for quite a few different publications. And yeah, man, we've got a cool rapport. And he's someone who ever since I first met him and, chatted to him and heard his music, I've just been like, damn, this guy is fucking going places. And I feel like he's kind of known that about himself too. And he has gone places. He's traveled the world with his music for quite a while now. And South Africa is finally starting to catch up, which is really cool to see. He's finally getting the love he deserves and the respect he deserves here at home, as well as overseas. And, that's dope to see because it doesn't always happen. Sometimes South African acts only really get that love overseas, and people at home kind of fuck with them, but not on the scale that's starting to happen for Muzi. Like, I think he's definitely more and more going to become one of South Africa's biggest acts, and it's dope because he's a dope guy. Like, he's just a good-o. He doesn't drink, not that makes you a bad person or anything like that, but he's not caught up in that stuff. He's not caught up in the flashiness of the industry. He's someone who's just invested in himself continually. As you'll hear on this podcast, he speaks about how he's, taken money that he's made from this thing and invested it more and more into himself, and how it's allowed him to be independent and to, be where he's at in this music industry at the moment. And he's on pretty solid ground. And you'll also find out about his manager, John, who pops up a little bit in this podcast because we were doing it at his Airbnb. We had a great day together. I actually got to chill with him the whole day. In the morning before this podcast, we went through to Soweto, where Muzi was basically giving like a little career talk to some kids at the one library there, which was cool because I actually got to hear some stuff from Muzi that I didn't know about, like the med school thing, because that stuff I just hadn't, spoken to him about in the podcast. I'd always just spoken to him in the podcast, in my interviews. It had always just been, I'd always spoken to him about his music, mostly, and where he places himself within everything. And yeah, it was cool to get to hear his story from himself, and also just having kids ask him questions and seeing what they were thinking about, his career and his music videos, which if you go watch them, you'll see like are actually heavily inspired by South Africa and South African stories. And he calls himself Zulu Skywalker for a reason, There's the astronomy side to things, the space stuff, the futuristic stuff, as well as the more traditional stuff woven together. And that was really cool to see kids, from Soweto checking that out and being inspired, and just in general being inspired by Muzi's story. So that was the morning, and then we headed to John's Airbnb where Muzi and I had this conversation. And then after that, we landed up at Rosebank Mall for sneaker exchange, which was in one of the parking lots there, which was also interesting to see, Muzi in that situation of like a hip hop gig, and people were fucking with him. And it was, but then like Shod Majosi came on, and then it was like, yeah, everyone still, like, what I'm trying to say is people knew who Muzi was, but still, like, not everyone, but everyone knows who Shod Majosi is. And so it's just a little bit further to go, for Muzi to become a household name. That's not like a knock on him, that's just a knock on the way the industry has been for the last little while. Hype matters in this thing, but Muzi has steadily built not hype. It's not hype, he's built longevity and legacy. So I'm I'm looking forward to seeing how much further Muzi can go up this ladder. And you're going to see, like, he's someone who people around the world really fucking dig. Like, big name musicians really dig him, and for good reason. So you're going to find out about all of that. I'm not going to give you guys any spoilers there. And what else would I like to talk about quickly? Yes, Joburg. Joburg's been great. I'm back in Durban now. I'm back in my inverted commas studio, my little room here. But yeah, it's been quite a dope 3 weeks, man. And these conversations I've been having with people you're going to get to hear them, and they've been very, very fucking useful for me personally. You know, you're probably going to pick up where I've been at and where I'm at now through the different conversations over the next month or so. And yeah, like this one in particular, one of the things that Muzi says that really resonates with me is, you know, it's just a plane ride away. It's just a plane ticket away. And when he says that, he's talking about, you know, people at home not really fucking with him as hard as other places. And so if that's the way it is, you can just catch a plane to wherever it is that people do fuck with you. And so I'm kind of in that situation at the moment where I feel like people fuck with me more in Joburg than they do in Durban. And that's not to say people don't fuck with me in Durban. There are plenty of people here who I love dearly and who love me as well. And that's fucking rad. But this trip to Joburg has shown me that there's obviously more to this world, and I need to travel more, and I need to go to places that might be able to sustain the things that I want to do. Doesn't mean I'm moving to Joburg. I'm definitely not doing that anytime soon. But I am definitely going to be going to Joburg a lot more in the next year. And yeah, man, that's kind of one of the things I picked up from this conversation. I guess I won't tell you my whole Joburg thing. I'll listen to each of these podcasts and give like a little, this is what I got out of this conversation. Because the Lisa Madinga one was an interesting one on success. If you haven't listened to that one yet, please go back and listen to that one, because in it he reveals quite a bit about how his success has caused some issues for him with regards to his confidence. And that's an interesting thing for me, like, you know, because you expect that once people achieve the things that they're going after, that there will be satisfaction and they'll be able to continue to do those things at a high level. But self-doubt is a hell of a fuck up. And Lisa Madinga speaks quite honestly about that. So go back and listen to that one. This one, there's not much self-doubt in Muzi. Like, straight up, he knows who he is. He knows where he's going. He knows what he wants to do. And that's fucking inspiring, like, in its own way. Like, that is so dope to see someone who's just got their head down and is going for the things that they want to go for. So there's a lot to learn in terms of the South African music industry and music industry in general, about owning your own shit, about staying true to yourself, and just, you know, knowing where you want to be in this world. And I think that's a pretty big part of this conversation. So yeah, I think that kind of brings us to the end of the little intro thing that I do here, the preamble. There's no post-amble, don't worry, this is the whole thing. So I'm going to get in the last few things that I need to do. They are Facebook, the Almost Perfect Podcast. You can find us on Twitter, which is almost_podcast. You can also support the podcast by going to patreon.com/almostperfect, where you can subscribe for $1 to $5. And there's various benefits to that if you want to get involved in that way. And that's it. That's all you need to know. Please rate, review, and all of those things. And other than that, here comes the Almost Perfect Podcast with Muzi. Yeah, so how you living, Muzi?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you?
I'm pretty good, dude. I'm pretty tired. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Hey, this Joburg trip's been long, and I've only been here for like a week, but I've like slept like maybe 4 hours in advance.
Yeah, Joburg does that. Joburg does that sometimes.
But not really to you though. Like,
yeah, because I stayed home.
Yeah, you're not much of a jeweler.
Nah, not at all. I'm cool. I'm chilling.
So what's that like, I guess, you know, like being a musician who's always at like festivals and gigs, like you're playing like this thing.
Yeah.
And the culture is, you know, party.
Yeah.
But you're not really a part of that. Like, how does that work?
Because I'm just hired.
So it's like you're just going to work.
Yeah, I'm going to work, do my thing, do my job, and go home.
But is there not like weird disconnect there when that happens? Like, because like you're facilitating this huge party.
Yeah.
Like with everyone there.
Yeah.
And like, what does that feel like, man? Like, as a homebody, like,
I guess it's cool. Like, it's cool because I like performing.
Yeah.
So, I like seeing people react to the music. I like those sort of that side of it. But then after I'm done, like, obviously say hi to a few people or whatever, and then just go home.
But you're not about the bottles backstage.
Yeah, I don't drink, bro. So it's like none of that. But water bottles backstage and Red Bull. But like other than that, my job is done. I'm finished. It's like I always see it. Like my friend is like a doctor, but like when he's done, he goes home. When his shift is over, he goes home. You don't stay around looking for other patients.
So it's not about the lifestyle and stuff like that.
Nah, not at all. Not at all for me.
Not drinking is a bit of a weird thing in this industry. What's the reasoning behind that?
I have better coping mechanisms.
like milkshakes.
I have better coping mechanisms like staying at home, like playing PlayStation, chilling with my friends, being with my daughter. Things that like are important. I've done my part as a performer, as an artist. I've done my part when I've come there, seen the people that enjoy my music, talk to them, interact with them, perform for them. I've done my part. What else is there? What, getting girls? Nah, bro. Like, I'm not about that life, and it's like, it's fine. So I never feel like I'm missing out on anything, really. Like, no one can ever tell me like, oh, you can't speak to me about FOMO. Yeah, okay. I'm not that guy.
You're not about that life.
Nah.
So yeah, like milkshakes.
Yeah, bro. Simple stuff. Simple shit.
What's your favorite milkshake?
Use bubblegum. Bubblegum milkshake is my favorite.
From where?
Wimpy.
Okay.
Bubblegum milkshake from Wimpy. Wimpy makes. Well, also if you get a nice lady, if you get. Sometimes they'll add too much flavoring and not enough ice cream, and you can taste it.
Sometimes it's a bit too watery. Like
and sometimes it's a bit too watery. So you want it to like be perfect. Like obviously I've had more sort of gourmet like milkshakes, but it's always like the simple ones that I had as a kid that really get to me. Yeah.
Milky Lane?
Nah, not it. It's too
thick.
Yeah, it's going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's too much that. So I'd rather
So just
Wimpy,
the classic
bro.
Wimpy,
the classic Wimpy dog
that we all know from our childhood.
Yeah, that one. It's nice.
You're like, do you ever feel like you're still like quite childish?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
like, how do you feel about that? Like,
I had this girl on Twitter. She asked me, she was like, "Do I have ADHD?" She's like, "No offense, but do you have ADHD?" I'm like, "No offense taken, because it's a condition. Like, it's like people don't choose. You know what I'm saying?" But it's like, I'm just me. Like, there's like, I think it's the art. The art keeps you young. You know, anyone that's in like the sort of creative or art industry is young no matter how old they are. You know what I'm saying? It's like it keeps your spirit very young.
Yeah.
So for me, I still see myself as like, okay, cool, I'm 28, but like I still see myself as this young kid living all his dreams. Yeah. So I'm not gonna not live my dream because someone else thinks that I should act a certain way. You know?
How did you get to like? Because you feel like, to me it seems like you've kind of been this person like since I've known you.
Yeah.
Like, so like we were chatting earlier, like when I was in my 20s, like I kind of took a detour a little bit from like, the stuff that I liked as a teenager, like, my wrestling and like Magic the Gathering and nerdy stuff. Yeah. Once I got into the music scene and stuff like that, I kind of let those parts of my personality down, and got more into like being the cool music guy,
Yeah.
So like it feels like you've never really gone.
Nah, because I think by the time things started happening for me, I already knew who I was.
Okay.
I'm lucky that I got to know myself at a very young age because I was always like alone. So I had time to like introspect. A lot of the times I had time to read when I was young, and I had a good mother. Like my mom was like, she'd always give me like really good game, like regardless of my age. Like she wouldn't like water things down, So because of that, I sort of had a really good anchor before any of this shit happened. So yeah, man, I know myself. I know when my time in a place is out. Like, I know it. Like, I'm like, okay, that's it from me. Bye. You know? Yeah, I know it. So
we can take it all the way back because you're chatting about your mom and stuff. Where you originally from?
yeah.
How'd you grow up?
Well, I'm from Mpangeni. I grew up in Mpangeni in Central Kongolezane.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like a little bit out, like.
Yeah, it's like because Mpangeni is a very small town, anyways.
And a lot of people don't even know.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very small town, but then there's like townships around it. So I'm from a township around it called Gwelezane, and yeah, like the town is just there because white people stay there, really. But like it's so close that there's white people that stay in the townships as well.
Okay.
Because it's like rural suburban township area. Because like
there's a few of them like in KZN that's like a
you know, like you'll be like in town and then all of a sudden you see a herd of cows, you know, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're home.
That is Zululand.
Like, yeah, exactly. That's Zululand. Like why like all the way. So yeah, I'm from there, grew up there, and then I moved to Durban when I was 17. Stayed there till I was like 22. Moved to Joburg for like a year, and then I moved to Berlin. Oh, I moved back to Durban. Then I moved to Berlin for 2 years. Then I moved back to Durban again, and then I came back to Joburg last year.
Okay, which is this is like trying to think of a way to like talk about this because so you've lived in so many different cities.
Yeah.
Why do you keep moving city to city?
Durban is my favorite city, but I moved here because my daughter's here.
Okay.
It wasn't even like a career move or whatever. Like we talked to John about it. John is my manager, and yeah, it was just like, yo,
you just want to be close to your daughter.
I just want that was purely the reason. And then it has helped because like most gigs I play are here, and the industry is here.
Yeah.
So that has helped, you know, meeting people, having features and all that stuff. But yeah, I moved here for my daughter.
Okay, because I mean, I know like you've lived in Durban, you've lived in Berlin, like but the Berlin thing, like that's why did you move to Berlin?
To go learn, man. To go experience a new life. We had a chance to do it. So
how did that happen?
I made a song called Nizokwala.
Yeah.
And we sent it to a guy called Hugo Turkey at BMG Chrysalis in London. And he loved the song and he wanted to give us a publishing deal. So John went over to go cut the deal, and then we had like a bit of money. And then it's like I've never been into like Mercs or whatever. So like, what are we gonna do? You know? So John's sister actually was like, yeah, you guys can like move to Berlin. Apparently it's like really good like electronic scene, like city, and there's a good electronic scene and all that stuff. So then we're like, we can do it. Like, we don't want to be Joburg no more. Like, fuck South Africa. Fuck South Africa. They don't get the sound.
Because that's like a big move, though. Like, you know, like from Mpangeni, basically, like to Durban, to Joburg for a bit, and then back to Durban, then to Berlin. That is like...
It is a big move, but it's like, it's you know, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, cool, I can actually do it. Let's do it. And then we did it. And it was great. It was really great. Like I always make jokes about the weather and all that stuff. I was
gonna say, like, when you came back, it didn't seem like it was great.
No, the last 6 months of it were like bad.
Okay.
Because it was, I was growing as an artist. Oh, he's heating something in the microwave. Let's go. No, continue. It's fine. We're living. It's okay. When I was in Berlin, right, like, and I made Boom Shaka there and stuff, like, everything was cool, but then it started getting to a point where I started feeling like the people I was trying to represent, I wasn't close to them, you know, like the city was great, but it was techno, and there weren't as many black people as I would have liked to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, John and I used to play this game where, to make me feel better, John would come back and be like, oh yeah, I saw like 3-4 brothers today, you know what I'm saying? like, you know, and walk around and count, you know, like how many black people I'm seeing and all that stuff. And they were all like more or less like
that must be really weird.
It was weird. And like they were all in like survival mode. Like these guys were telling me how to get visas, like marry a white girl, you know what I'm saying? Like all that shit. And I was like, fuck, okay, it's a cool city and I'm learning a lot with regards to electronic music and producing and all that stuff. But let's just go back home. So John went home to Scotland, and I went back I went back here. But before I came to South Africa, I went to Kenya because I had a gig there.
Yeah.
Went to Kenya, ended up staying in Kenya for like almost 2 weeks. And that sort of like, so you go from a very like homogenous, like, and predominantly white place to a very black place. Black people on billboards and all that shit. And that made an impression for me. It's like, because I had a return ticket. I needed to go back to Berlin. And then, yeah, John and I are talking, and I'm like, man, I don't know. You know? I don't think I can come back, you know? Because it made sense that I needed to be back and see the people I'm trying to inspire.
Yeah.
You know, not just like talk to them or for them, or be a voice for them when I'm so far away. So yeah, and I just started to stay.
Cool. You keep mentioning this John guy.
Yeah.
Who's John?
John is the first guy that believed in me, to be honest.
Other than yourself.
Other than myself. Yeah, I don't count myself. And my mom. No, my mom didn't believe in me then. like my mom, I shouldn't believe in me there, I'll be honest. Like, besides like my friends or like 2-3 people that I had around me at the time, like John was, yeah, he believed in it, you know, like he saw where he could go before I even saw where he could go. And then so we started working together, and we did it in such a way where he doesn't work with another artist and I don't work with other like management companies, because you know, like, you can have more than one manager or whatever. And then we sort of made this partnership. Okay, cool. How do you want to do it? What do you want to do? These are the questions he was asking me, you know, like, obviously I had a very bad deal with a company I won't name, like a very bad publishing deal, because I was with Witness the Funk at the time.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, and we just like wanted to get publishing. We didn't know what publishing was.
I remember you actually, used to be a part of...
Yeah, we used to be part of Witness the Funk, and we didn't know what publishing was. We thought publishing was with the same... with books, that they publish you and they get you into places, but it wasn't that, right? Yeah. So sorted that deal out, and then I realized I never wanted to sign myself to anything else ever again. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's on my terms. So we did that. Started with the Bundu, and
so that's your own label.
Yeah, and then we just like started doing things independently. SoundCloud. And then you get on your iTunes and you do all of that. And it's like, yeah, and then we've been pushing since then. And that was 2013 when that conversation started. Which is weird now because people think like John just came on board, like, who's this white guy or whatever. But like it's jumping on the train.
Whereas they don't know that behind the scenes, like, I mean, I know like John's been pretty instrumental,
yeah,
in getting you to like some of the positions, and it's allowed you to focus on the music a lot.
Yeah, it has, and it also has allowed me to find my voice properly, because it's like all the things that he teaches me, I then go and tweet that, or I then go and say that when I'm speaking to like kids or whatever. But now it's not only knowledge that he's taught me, it's knowledge that we've implemented. So I know
that it works.
Yeah.
And so you can share that in
as well. You know, so yeah, that's who John is. John is a friend, partner, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's, yeah.
So, but in the industry, like, so, like, you know, now that people kind of know who you are, do they, like, find it weird that you have, like, this white Scottish...
I don't give a fuck.
Where are you from, John?
He's from Scotland.
Scotland, yeah. But, like, do people, like, give you...
I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't give a fuck. I'm just
like,
asking, does it happen?
I think, but it's like, I don't give a fuck so much that I don't see it.
Okay.
You know, like, I'm here with John, we're gonna perform and we wanna go. You know, like we're a 2-man band. You know, if John says something to you, it's something that I've talked to him about, or something that like, it's like telepathic. It's like telepathic. You know, so it's really like that. Like, if people give me, obviously we're in South Africa where like a lot of like white people would like fuck over black people. Yeah. You know, but what John was like, John was the first white person I met that treated me like, yo, what the fuck, we're both broke. Like, we're both broke, you know what I'm saying? There's no hierarchy, there's none of that shit. So it's like, that in itself made a huge like sort of impact in me.
Also, I think we met each other at exactly the right time.
Yeah, we met each other at
Muzi's career.
Because you were post management, you were done.
He was done with management. He was like finished.
Like the artist I've been looking for my whole fucking career without knowing.
Yeah, you know, so like.
So that's really fucking cool for me.
Yeah, so it was like, okay, cool. And then we started doing shit like from the ground up and building it properly. And yeah, he believed in me, man. Like, and I don't think like John didn't understand Zulu.
Yeah.
I know that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, there were so many things that could have made him go, you know what, I can't do this shit. You know, like so many other black executives that said that I wasn't South African enough. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that I'm not African enough. You know, because I'd been through those trenches.
Yeah, and I mean, but also like, because I mean, I guess your earlier sound was slightly more European. Like you mixed like EDM with, you know, some like Zulu like stuff and that. And that's what like gave you your international appeal, because people overseas were like, this is so cool because we never understand that way. But locally, like people were like.
But locally, nothing that's not mediocre, like
pops.
Yeah, like, and I'm sorry to say that, but that's just what it is. Like, shit is fucking mediocre, though. Like, and that's not even my ego or whatever. It's just like, it's the truth, you know. But because we're a patriotic country, also we push it. So it's like this weird thing of pushing. Of like patriotism that pushes mediocrity.
Dude, I come from the band scene. I come from the band scene. I 100% know what you mean, because for years I would have to watch just, you know, parodies of bands playing, essentially. Yeah. And every now and again, like on the bill, there would be like one act that actually was good.
But then they get the shittiest slot.
Yeah, they're the opening act a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And like
the really good band gets the shittiest slot, and it's like the band that's like the other band in America or in Europe gets the great spot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like with John, it wasn't he didn't go and was like, I don't see color. He was like, no, I know you're black. You know, I know you're black. I'm white. Like, it's fine, but we could work. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a thing when someone sees you, and it's like, shit. I am a black guy that's into electronic music. Yeah. You know, I don't want to erase that part of myself. I am a black guy from the farms that love skateboarding.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But to me, for not being here, I can look at it objectively, right?
Yeah.
I know the guys, like the godfathers of electronic music, it's Derek May, it's Derek Carr, it's Juan Atkins.
I mean, you're around that time, so...
Yeah, but it's black guys.
Don't be smart. It's before my time, right?
But you know the history of electronic music is black.
Yeah.
100%. I knew that. Muzi didn't.
I didn't know that.
I'm making a fucking take about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like that's...
I did it, yeah.
I mean...
So I see that, and I understand it.
Yeah.
Like, the objectivity for me, living here, and going back and forth all the time is key for what we do.
Yeah.
Because I don't become part of it, or we don't become part of it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And music gets to go abroad often enough to see it for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the way that we work, he's got an international manager in South Africa a lot of the time. Right? So that's the perfect scenario. Because if you go over there, you're too remote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? If you go there, you become part of the problem.
Yeah.
So the solution
is just bounce around both.
Yeah.
Flights.
Yeah. It's the solution is flights.
It's but how crazy is that, dude? How many flights have you taken this year?
Oh, dog, I can't even like.
What's that?
How many flights?
I've probably had maybe more because I'm coming over here.
Yeah, but we're approaching like hundreds or something.
Yeah, 82.
Yeah,
82 flights this year.
Yeah.
And you were saying like earlier today, like you used to herd cattle kind of thing, or
yeah, bro. So it was the like, so my house is like opposite like a really farm part of like Bangeni.
Yeah.
So there's cows and there's like sheep and all that shit. And sometimes you have to do that even when it's not your cows. Sometimes it's like, okay, cool, I have to go 1, 2, 3 whatever to go do business in the town. But then they leave that at your house. And and I was the youngest one because my brothers were in school and stuff. The next thing you know, you're chilling with cows. You know? So it's like, but all of that builds me, and at the end of the day, it's almost like I've lived so many different lives. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I can so when I make a song with Maskandi in it, that's real for me, as real as it is when I make a song that's inspired by Daft Punk.
Yeah, because you grew up with both.
Yeah,
like, and it's equally there. But when did you like basically start tapping like more into your African roots, essentially?
When I came back from Berlin, that was it was clear. It was clear what I wanted to do, what voice I wanted to have, how I wanted the voice to sound like, how I wanted to embrace myself completely and not be scared, you know, because
And well, I was gonna say, isn't that scary considering, like, I know when you came back from Berlin, South Africa wasn't fucking with you. You had no
yeah, like
bookings.
yeah. Like the promoters were like, and everyone was like, oh yeah, this guy, he just came back from the country, but like it didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, okay, cool. And then so for me, it was like when I came back to South Africa, because I had been so far away from it, I came back with a bit of objectivity.
Okay.
I saw it for what it was. You know, I saw it, man. I saw it, dog. Like, I saw this country. Like, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'ma do it my way, and I'ma find my people, and I'ma find my sort of like, and I'ma build my crowd, my tribe, because I'd been in Germany where there's guys that are multi-millionaires and they're just big in Germany because they found their tribe there.
Yeah.
Right. So that made sense to me. But then I was luckier than them because I was traveling. So I could find my tribes in different places. Right. So when I came back home, that was the thing. It's just like, we're just doing our thing. My job is to make the best music I possibly can at the time. And the rest is not up to me. You know, so I didn't go in it from like a marketing perspective or whatever. I was just like, okay, I'm going to use the internet and we'll see where this thing goes.
So did you get like more like because growing up, I know you listened to stuff like Linkin Park and stuff like that. Did you then? I mean, I'm sure like you were saying, your mom also used to play like a lot of records and that.
Yeah.
But in your 20s, did you actually like start like basically like going through like old South African music?
Yeah. So I had to do it's like when you rediscover stuff.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a kid and you hear something, but you don't know the artist, you don't know their story, you don't know the name of the song even. It starts off simple, like South African music from the 80s.
Yeah.
And you Google that and you find it and you're like, oh, this
as a
is
music journalist,
shit,
I've done this many times.
You know, this is shit. This was the thing I was hearing when I was a kid. This is that. And then you study it. Like, I stand on the shoulders of giants. I always say that. I study the music.
I can hear it.
You know, I study the music. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay. And then at the end, I'm like, then now I'm adding me. This is how I would have done 1, 2, 3. So then I do it that way. And then it sort of adds onto the bigger like picture, and someone else would do that with me one day.
Yeah, I mean they're probably already doing it.
Yeah, but not as good.
Not yet.
Yeah,
but it's one day there's some lads who's gonna smoke you, dude.
Nah, I don't think so. Because it's like we all take from Michael Jackson, but we don't smoke Michael Jackson. We all take, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I'm not saying I'm Michael Jackson. We can all take from Kanye, but we don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? It's not a.
I get you. It's a progression.
Yeah,
like,
it's just
not an erasure.
I'm the one that's giving you the fucking baton. Like, you wouldn't be able to smoke me if I didn't give you the baton. If I didn't show you.
If you didn't show you the way.
If Brenda Fassie didn't show us,
because Brenda's a big influence.
Yeah,
for you. Like,
big influence. Chico Tola didn't show us those chord progressions and all that stuff. It's not like I'm not smoking him. My performing is different. Like, someone might be a better singer than me, but it's like you take from that and then you push it forward. You know.
Why do you love Brenda Fassie so much, man?
Because she was amazing, bro. Like, from melodies to the songwriting to the use to the person she was, to the use of a lot of South African artists struggle with taking vernacular and making it melodic.
Sure.
Right? So what you usually end up finding is a very sort of mediocre way of expressing it. It's not a way that you find in Maskandi. You don't find a mediocre way of expressing in Maskandi and in Bakanga and in traditional music. And you don't find that in Brenda Fassie. Like, playing around with melodies in such a way that, like, it ends up sounding like an English pop song.
Yeah.
But she's singing in Zulu or in Xhosa. But the melodies are so good that it just like even if you don't know the language, you have to fuck with it on the mere fact that it's quality.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So I love that. I love that she was herself. Like, you know, obviously I don't take the tortured element of it because I don't draw from that. I don't like saying, oh, I'm a tortured soul.
Yeah, I mean, I cry sometimes when Weekend Special plays like at a club, genuinely.
Yeah, because like, dude, sometimes you can hear that, like, yo, she's a painful, very deep, like, human being.
Yeah.
You know? But then it's like, you don't take all of that from you take parts that you like.
Yeah, it's tragic, and like we learn from that, but she was also such a strong human being, and like she offered so much.
She offered so much, and it's almost like when you study her career, you see that, like, people around her and all that stuff, no one is there. It's like,
no, they used her.
Yeah. So it's like, so then what do I do in my career? So okay, cool. People around me, that's very important. You know, so you take things that work for you, and then you learn from the other things that didn't work for
those people,
Yeah.
for your idols, and because
Yeah.
that is I mean, her life is incredible and tragic, but shout outs to Brenda Fassie,
Yeah,
man,
bro. Rest
because
in peace.
what an icon.
Amazing.
But so who else are some of your big South African influences that you got into, like before Afrovision, before Zeno and stuff?
Harari. There's a group called Harari. I think they're South African, Namibian as well. Like you listen to them and you like, shit, this sounds like Daft Punk.
Oh, really?
Dude, you should listen to that shit.
Okay.
It's fucking amazing. It's like synthesizers, all that shit is there, like all that shit, but it's made in the 70s.
But dude, there's so much dope stuff out of the 70s in South Africa.
There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit, and it's like
a lot of it's destroyed as well to time.
Yeah, you know, but like you realize a lot of South African artists, when they say that they're making a South African sound, it usually sounds like Kwaito.
Yeah.
And it's like there's so much more to it than that.
Yeah,
Not to take away from what Kwaito is, but like there's so much. Kwaito took from something.
Kwaito took from hip hop, yeah.
Yeah, well, Kwaito took from, like, they slowed down the disco beats. Then that means there was a disco era before that. Then you go study that, and then, you know, there's so many eras that come through before that, like Huma Sigela at his prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much that you can like dig from and learn from, and then you add your own like source to that. You know, so because musically you can sort of dictate, or you can sort of like find out, if you have the ear, where someone was, but then you can have the same lessons without the lessons that they went through.
Yeah, that's literally the tagline for this podcast. You're learning from other people's experiences, basically.
Yeah. Like, so then it takes you a shorter time. And then it'll take the next person a shorter time if they want to do what I'm doing. It'll take them a way shorter time, because I've showed them, okay, cool, do your own shows, show the process, put up fucking lyrics, fucking stand your ground, you know, like stick to your guns. Like I've shown that thing, like, you know, like my integrity is intact.
100%. And that's the thing, like it has worked for you, but it's taken a while.
Yeah. But what is time though? You know what I'm saying? Like when you remove the thing of I'm supposed to be successful at, then like age, whatever age. When you remove that, then you're fine, because you're free. You're free from that construct of I'm supposed to have a car, a house, a wife, or whatever at a certain age or whatever.
I think you and I are both never gonna own, like, well, I've had 2 cars, but I don't think I'm ever gonna own another car.
Dog, I don't see it. I might have to because of my daughter now.
Yes.
But besides that, it's you know, it's, you set different goals for yourself, and it's like, I wouldn't buy a flashy car.
Yeah, you don't
Just
need to.
something that gets me from A to B. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, oh, Muzi's driving that. So what? And then it ends.
Does my music not slap?
And then you end up talking about someone else. And then I'm gone, you know. And you're saying that without me being there. So I'm not hearing it anyways. So I'm worried about some shit I'm not going to hear anyways. About what people are going to say.
Do you find like that's a big problem in the industry? Is everyone's worried about what other people are going to say about them, and like...
Yeah, it's a big problem, and it's a problem we've been taught by hip-hop.
What do you mean?
Hip-hop has been very, like... There's a weird... Hip-hop for me, like, taught me confidence. Yeah. And you know, but then there's a very competitive nature to it that I don't like.
Sure.
You know, because the competitive nature of it can lead you to a point where you don't see what you've accomplished in your life. You know, it's like
you're always looking at the other guy.
Yeah.
'Cause it feels like a zero-sum game essentially.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
so whatever you do, Jada, like, you still in a place where you haven't done enough to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't live that life, bro. I want to be happy. You know, I want to be happy. I can't live on what people expect of me. I can't live on dreams that are not mine. Because sometimes you can find yourself in a situation where you're trying to live up to a dream, but it's not even yours.
Devin is yours.
You know, like things like that. And
yeah.
I'm not that guy, dog. Like, I know myself, and I know that I'm an evolving human being, but I'm like, my energy is invested in that. I'm invested in evolving. You know, I don't care what people think.
How did you get to that though, dude? Like, did you ever never care what people think? Or
no. I used to. I was always stubborn though, you know. So, but like you go. I think every human being needs some form of validation.
Yeah.
It's just the places you get that validation from, you know. For me, it has become, it's within. I get that validation from myself. From listening to the song and being like, yo, John, I got some fire for you. Yo, I'm gonna send you some fire shit, you know? And it's like, that for me is how I validate myself. When I perform, I'm performing for me. That's why like people be like, oh my God, like your energy, you're smiling and all that stuff. I'm not smiling because of like people I'm seeing in the crowd, because some of the people I'm seeing in the crowd are frowning. They're not enjoying this shit.
But you're having.
But I'm having a good time. Like, I'm here to have fun. I'm living my dream. No one can ever take that shit away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate people that get the music, you know. But I know that like things fluctuate, bro. Like sometimes someone can like, oh no, fuck, Zeno it doesn't bang as much as Afrovision. And I'll be like, it's an album about my daughter. It's for my daughter.
Yeah, I don't care what you think.
Yeah,
I don't care if you think a bang.
Yeah,
like,
it's for my daughter, you know. So I've gotten the validation before I even released it.
That's such a cool way to look at things, man. Because like that's stuff I struggle with genuinely.
Yeah.
I want the respect of my peers and shit like
Yeah.
that. And that's something I'm also like, I find I perform so much better when I'm just like, bro, that joke is silly and you love it, so just do it.
Just do it, yeah.
And
you're just flowing, right?
Yeah.
And you're not thinking too much. You're not even thinking of.
even if the crowd doesn't necessarily dig the joke,
Just
I
do your
enjoy
thing.
it.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy it. Like if the crowd goes, ah,
Just do your thing. The lie is that like things have to be perfect and things have to be like streamlined and all that shit.
but that's because I guess like that's an image that's being sold. Like by all
Yeah,
the big
and it's
artists.
sold very well.
Yeah.
You know, it's sold very well. But now we're at a point where the things that are being sold are us. We've been sold. Like we have Instagram that lives on likes, but the likes are put there by users.
Yeah.
So we're being sold to each other. You understand? And it's like
That's
it's
not
like,
real currency at all.
yeah.
Your approach to social media, like you've been saying, has been fairly different. Like you're not about like necessarily stunting.
No.
It's sharing information a lot of the time and like
Yeah.
sharing your process and that.
Yeah.
Has anyone like mentioned like that you have like inspired them, that they've started making music?
Yeah. Like some guy was like, man, after seeing you, I want to drop out. And I'm like, no, don't do that.
Don't drop
you
out.
know? But like,
We'll
I
get into that.
wanna quit my job. I wanna do this as well, you know. And then I'll be like, it's hard,
Yeah.
you know, because it's you know, like when you watch motivational videos and people are like, just be passionate, find something you're passionate about. That shit is a fucking lie, because it's like it's such a small part of the story,
Yeah.
you know, of how you get from A to B. Like you need to work, bruh. Like it's hard work, dog. And because social media has allowed us to see results and not see the process
Yeah.
of the results, you think you can attain that fairly quickly.
And it's also the results that you see on social media are a lie.
Yeah,
All the time.
yeah.
Like-
So I'd rather show you the process. You know, I'd rather show you this is how I get from here to here. Right? You know what the result is. You've heard the song, but this is how I got there. Or this is how I maneuver. This is what I think about the industry. This is what, you know, things like that. Things that like can just like knowledge, because we are in an industry where people don't share knowledge. It's all about, let me get something before you so that I can flex on you about what I got before you.
Do you feel like that's a South African thing, or is it like that
No.
internationally as well?
It's all over. It's all over. Yeah, it's all
I
over.
thought it might have been like a South African thing because of
Maybe
like, the
it's a bit
industry, like, being
heightened.
young, like-
Maybe it's a bit heightened here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit extra, but it's everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned dropping out. What did you drop out from?
Oh, studied medicine. I studied medicine for 3 years, and yeah, like I didn't have funds to continue. I didn't want to do it anyways.
Wait, you didn't want to do it. You studied
No.
medicine for 3 years, but you didn't want to do
Nah, I
it.
hated it. But I was just good. I'm a good student.
Okay.
That's my life. Like I have an attitude of teachability. I like learning, you know. So even when I hated it, like
Because like dropping out of med school, like you just say it so nonchalantly.
yeah,
Like that's a fucking big thing. Getting into med school
It's huge,
It's
yeah.
already a huge thing.
yeah,
Like that's so crazy, dude. Like so you were gonna be a doctor. Why?
yeah. I amazing marks, and I had pressure from my teachers, my parents, and it's like, okay, so it's either you become an accountant, a lawyer, a doctor.
Yeah,
So,
the traditional thing.
Yeah,
Is
you
that
know.
because, like, you know, you were black that you found your family, like, wanting you to go into one of those jobs? Because I know with people of color, that
Yeah.
happens a lot. Like, there's a lot of pressure, especially for people your age, you know?
yeah, there was
Because
a
you were
lot.
the
there was-
first one to have the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure, you know, and then you start becoming like this like hope for the family, and then sometimes that can get you into this weird place where you're not yourself anymore, and you're doing
Yeah.
it for someone else. So then that leads to resentment, you know. And then one day you were there and you're talking about how yo didn't let me live my dream, and I didn't want to be that guy because everyone was like, you know what, you can be a doctor and then you can still buy a studio, and I knew that studio was gonna fucking like rot in my garage. I knew,
Yeah.
you know, I knew it. So I didn't want that. I don't want that life for me. I like even though I'm in the career I'm in, I like stability, which is why I'm boring, which is why everything else in my life is stable besides my career.
Yeah, because music is not necessarily a stable career in that you don't always know when you're getting money.
Yeah, you don't. But then let go of that idea completely.
Okay, like how?
Yeah, you just go
Like some
dude,
broke guys listening to this now and going, Muzi, how do I let
like
go
you're
of
talking
that
shit
idea?
because they can use a desperation against you if you keep that idea
Mm-hmm.
intact. They can use a desperation against you. They can go, I can see that you're desperate, so I can fuck with you because you need this so much.
So you
That's why a lot of people, that's why a lot of people like take shitty deals and all that stuff, you know. But like for me, it's about getting the music to as many people as I possibly can. When you start, obviously you start with 300 rands and 250 or 500 rands,
Yeah,
or whatever.
and it's
like
useful.
I know artists that haven't performed once and they think they $5,000, and it's like, no, you're not.
I think I've mentioned on this podcast before, but like if artists want to know their rate, look at the door price.
Yeah,
Think about how many people you're gonna bring through.
yeah,
There you go. That's your rate.
yeah. If you're gonna bring one person, then yeah,
And the
thing is
door's
$100.
$100.
Yeah, that's your money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we all start off at a place, and Futi, like when you start off, you know the people you're bringing are your friends.
Yeah.
So you got them on the guest list.
Yeah.
So actually
they're not
bringing
bringing-
zero.
Exactly.
Right? So that's the thing. And then you start doing that, like, so you prove yourself. You prove yourself, like just in like in corporates, you prove yourself, and then you move up the
But,
tiers.
but the thing is, the proving yourself thing always can take the piss.
Yeah, they can, but then you can then you do it like how I did it. Like as much as I was playing festivals, I'm also watering my own garden. No one says you can't water your own garden. No one says you can't when I play a festival, to me, it's like I'm taking my water and I'm going to like make someone else's flower look really beautiful, right?
Okay.
So I need to leave some of that water for my flower.
Okay.
So that's why I do my own shows as well. That's why I'll do Muzi Mondays. That's why I'll do things that are specifically about me. Then people come and fall in love with me. Not the good I'm on some lineup with some big acts, and then I'm the incidental act in there, and then it's like, oh yeah, did you see the guy? He was cool, whatever. I was just here to have a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when people come to Muzi shows, they come there for me. They come there for Afrovision, Stimulus Equalite, Zedo, Muzi edits, all that shit. You know?
And I know, like, basically this thing of putting on your own gigs was started with Afrovision, right?
Yeah.
Like, you guys did listening sessions.
Yeah.
And, like, that was kind of a big thing, you know, for an independent artist. Not many
Yeah.
people do that, you know,
Still
outside
now,
of
yeah.
labels.
Yeah,
and,
they
like, the way you did it was also, like, super dope, you know, like... in the
Yeah, because
various-
they didn't invite like
You didn't invite the
PR,
industry, yeah.
PR people and industry, and I invited people.
You invited people who, like, liked you on Twitter and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was actual people who fucked with you. And
Yeah.
so they came and enjoyed
And then you
the
find
events.
out that there's actually people that fuck with you.
Yeah.
So then there's some artists, there's some big artists that don't know if there's people that fuck with them or not. Because they just have really good marketing, and they just have really good like teams, and there's a lot of
they're
money
on the
spent.
radio and it's being
they're
sold.
on the radio and all that shit, but like it's like they can't fill up 50 people.
Yeah, no,
When
this is something like it's almost a running theme in the interviews I've done since I'm up here.
Yeah.
Like some of the comedians are suffering from like they're on TV, you know, they're
Yeah.
big, like, you know, they're
There is no connection,
Yeah,
bro.
but-
There is no connection. So like when the people say like everything is in dots and like you need to connect the dots and stuff, imagine people have all these dots about you, but they can't connect them to you. Whose fault is that? Is that the industry's fault or yours?
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. What did you choose? Like when you're playing all the festivals and you're making all that money and you blinging and you doing all that stuff, why aren't you reinvesting in yourself so that you can take what the industry has given you, what the TV has given you, and then you can actually properly direct it to yourself? Because what if the industry gets tired of you?
Yeah.
As it does.
It does. And that's
for everyone.
Yeah, entirely. Well,
Yeah.
if you're especially if you're on the trend level, like like
when the trend dies, you die with it.
yeah, everyone's got their 15 minutes is like
Yeah.
a fairly real thing, but there are also people who have longevity. Like timeless does not mean a popular single is like one of my favorite lines from a rapper like that I love.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing. It's not just about like banging it out and like living that massive life. It's about sustained.
Yeah, because
growth.
you it's because for you it's your life. You're not just like a number on a lineup. It's your life, and so you have to treat it like that. You have to treat it like a job. Like some people can go and work 9 to 5s and that's good for them, and some people are business minded and they start like their own like businesses on the side. I'm that.
Like business side.
Yeah, and then I'll still work for a 9 to 5 and take that 9 to 5 money and put it on my business.
So that's the thing. You basically just reinvested a lot of the money that you made.
all of it. All of it. Yeah.
Because you're paying for your own like albums now. And
everything is us. Always have. Like everything has always been us. But then you learn. Then you learn from your mistakes, and then you learn. Okay, let's not use money there. Let's use money here, and then you start building relationships with other people that see the bigger picture. And then you're like, okay, cool. Maybe we can like push this forward together, And then you build like that, and then you get to a point where maybe you can start bringing other artists on. Then you build like that, and then the next thing comes, and then the show goes from 1,000 people, which is kind of like where we are, to like maybe 2,000 people. And then when it's 2,000 people, that's arena speak in America. like Russ and the Masaling won like 1,500 seaters, 1,200 seaters. Per venue. Okay. And then so if I'm doing that in South Africa and it's 1,000 seater, then it's like, and if I can do that in different places, then that means we're more or less building to play on the same level.
I mean, being able to pull 1,000 people to your own gig is wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's humbling. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but then it's also like really cool because I've made my currency to be the music.
Yeah.
Obviously there's cool pictures and all that shit, but like at the end of the day, it's like like my main focus is the music. That's how you get to me. That's how you get through me, all that stuff. Like just the music,
And would you say like with Afrovision, like was when South Africa started fucking with you?
No. South Africa started fucking with me when I did Zenzile.
Zenzile?
Zenzile was a song I did a year before. And then it's the first song I made when I came back to Africa, actually. And that shit, it was like top 50 most played song in the country.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Yes.
So it was like,
we had that on DYR.
Yeah.
And
so,
then you had
and then I had the Desire song.
Yes.
And then that also, and then it was like, okay, cool, there's this guy doing this thing, but we don't know what he looks like or whatever. And then so when Afrovision comes out, the dots connect.
Because you'd had all this dope media like outside, like because I mean I interviewed you for Noisy, like for British stuff. You showed Stormzy around like Durban and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, so take me through that. What's it like being in that situation? Because like you must be thinking like, shit, I'm popping off, man. Like I'm traveling the world. I'm like in these big international spaces. What happened? Like you've done like. Music for big brands, like Mercedes-Benz and stuff. I think, and but at the same time, like back home, like no one really knew who you were. Yeah. So what was going through your mind at that time?
Popping off wasn't going through my mind at all. What I was happy about was that the music was getting me those things. Yeah. It wasn't cloud-based or it wasn't who I'm with or whatever. It was just, okay, this is this guy that makes really good music and here we go. It wasn't about how many numbers you got on Instagram or that shit.
Would you have been happy like carrying on doing that without necessarily building the audience you have now? Like just being
the audience happened organically. Yeah. We weren't like, we didn't do the listen stations to go, oh yeah, let's build an audience in South Africa. Because I still do that. I still go overseas. I still leave the country for like 7 months in a year. I'm not here. So it's like it's the beauty of being able to do that, being able to go into other places. Then I'm never like really oversaturated in any market, and then it's like I can live in different markets, and that's the beauty of my career and how I've like done it and how we're trying to build it. It's to build it like that to a point where we can do that, and then when I come back, we don't take that many gigs. When I'm back, I'm just with Zeno. I'm chilling. Like we say no quite a bit, you know, and it's like not because we have money or all that shit, but it's because we're trying to build something. You know, you're trying to build something. Like if you're trying to build a house and you want the house to be like blue, and then someone gives you a green color, like no, you know, no.
It's like it just doesn't suit
It,
my,
yeah,
like, what
I'm
doing.
sorry, you know, I appreciate the offer, but like if you come here with red, like I want a blue house. So that's what that is. And like with the whole being appreciated overseas more than home and all that stuff, for me,
Like,
it's
did it fuck with you?
it in the beginning it used to, because it was like, man, like I wanna, like, they need to get me at home and all that stuff, you know. But like that's when I was still seeking validation from outside.
Yeah.
And then you realize the same reason why like I work with John is because that's where I was appreciated. You know, you don't continue macking on a girl that doesn't appreciate you. You go where you're loved, right? So if I'm loved in France, that's where I'm going. If I'm loved in Japan, that's where I'm going. You know, that's how I treat it. Like it's not even a thing of oh yeah, there's a cultural difference or whatever, but they are willing to see me.
Yeah.
You know, you're not willing to book me here at home. So what must I do? Wait until you like appreciate me. Wait for the hot girl until she sees me. Nah, dog. There's other hot girls around the world. You know, there's other hot girls around the world. So that's the analogy. There's so many beautiful women in the world, and if I'm appreciated in America, then that's where I'm going, and then that's where I go do my thing. You know, come back.
So, but now you've got the validation in South Africa. You've got
Yeah, it's there.
and that must feel good though. Like
It does feel,
especially because it's like, I mean, you would even say like your music now is more yourself than maybe the music.
It's important to see black faces, and it's important to see, it's important to see young like black kids like appreciating it and being there. You know, like I love that. That's why I love like performing in South Africa at my own shows is one of my favorite things to do, because it's like these are the people that get it. These are the other Muzis. These are the other weird kids, you know.
Yeah, because you're an alternative kid. Like, and people need to see.
And then for a long time in the country, like the industry was telling me that like my kind did not exist.
Like
you know, you see what I'm saying.
Whereas
like,
nowadays it's so obvious that you can't.
Yeah, exactly. Through the people that are supporting me,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like okay, cool. So that I'm very appreciative of that. And then I'm lucky enough to have the same thing in other countries and other territories as well. So it's cool, you know. But I'm not gonna be like, oh man, let me wait until I'm fucking a superstar or I'm playing in all the radio stations and then I'll leave the country. Fuck that, dog. It's just a flight away, bro. It's just a flight and a visa, dog. It's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? So if I can build and if I can do my own show here in South Africa, then that means I can do my own show anywhere, because I've learned how to do my own show.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Like, and doing how to do your own show, and that, does it give you like a bit more of a understanding of how the night goes and stuff? Like when you're performing for other people, like.
The only thing is that when I'm performing for other people, I do not know the behind the scenes of that show. I don't know.
But you got an understanding.
I have an understanding of it, but I don't and I know what my job is there. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it look good, make it look like it was a vibe. You know, that's my job. That's what I'm there to do. But when it's my own show, it's like I will take care of all the other shows I play. Like, there's no like free stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but like for me, it's that. And then I'll also do that to a point where it doesn't make sense anymore. And then I'll always have like shows for my whole career. I want to have like, even if it's one show a year, where I still do that. It's like, this is a free Muzi show, like what we did when we started.
And when you say you look after people, what do you mean by that?
Well, we feed them. So it's like a charity. Well, like I like.
Because you put on events for free and like.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You put it for free. I put it.
So
on.
you work with Nando's, like.
Yeah. So
since UK days, basically.
Yeah. So I work with Nando's. I work with anyone that sees the bigger picture.
Sure.
You know. So.
But they've been like, basically when you guys do events and stuff, you're like.
Yeah. It'll be like,
get some chow.
Yeah. Gonna get some chow for people. There's so many people here. Like these people took their time. These people don't have to be here.
Yeah.
You know, like they gave me their time. So what can I do to give back? Okay, cool, make the show free. So they just come in. So the only thing I ask is their time.
And the thing is, like, so many like artists and musicians don't even think like that. Like they generally don't.
Because they sing the check real quick, right?
Yeah, and but also like what they're thinking is like there's an entitlement. It's like you should come here, to watch me. Like it's not like that's the thing. Like I'm always grateful for anyone who comes and watches me like do comedy.
Yeah,
Like, you didn't have to. You could have stayed at
to.
home on the couch, man.
Dog.
You could have gone and watched anyone else. You could have
you could have watched your favorite show. You could have chilled with your boyfriend. You could have chilled with your parents. Like you here.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that so much. That here's how I'm meeting you halfway. Like first 300, 400 people come and get a free drink. The Nando's always like gets finished very quickly. Like the show is free. It's not because I don't see that I can make money, but it's because I'm building something to the point where then when I'm like, okay, cool, here's a Muzi show, but look at the production. Then we have this grand production that's happening. Then it's like, okay, cool. So now you can pay your 150, 200 rands.
Because it's like...
Yeah, because now we're escalating, we're moving to the next level. So, yeah.
But it's also, like people coming to your listening session means they're probably going to buy the album. They're probably going to invest in you anyway. So you're
come
just
see me, come
talk.
Come talk. Let's chill. Like one thing that has been like a constant is that sort of like seeking companionship, because for the most time, I think if you're if you're an independent thinker, you think you're the only one that thinks like that. You think that there's no one else that has the same mindset. So when you start finding like-minded people, you appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
And then so that's what I've found through music, is that I found that there's a lot of people that are like-minded, that are into the shit. So I'm still weird, but like not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, dude, I 100% get what you're saying there, because I felt like that plenty over the years. We always feel like we're these unique snowflakes and we're all on our own, and there's no one like us.
No one else understands me. No.
And as you navigate the industry a bit more, you start finding your tribe.
You find your tribe.
You find people that I find you, and you're one of the people that I relate to hard, because I feel similarly to you, dude. I was a fucking weird, I still am a weird ass dude, and it's rad that we get to be ourselves, because not everyone does, and it takes bravery, I think, to do it, especially because I still keep going back to when you just got back from Berlin, man, and I was pissed off, dude.
Because you knew what all of that meant.
Yeah, I knew how big you were, I knew how good your music was, but no one around me had any understanding, and it was just to see. And that's the thing, I was saying, you had a career, you've had a career, you were making your money, you were fine, that's why I was saying just now, it's almost even with Afrovision and Zeno and that, if it had never taken off the way, it has, and that, all these people now love you, you were still always going to be
fine. I was gonna be okay. But and the thing is also, it's I don't know, because the music, because it's a calling for me, dog.
Yeah.
It's not just let me make music or whatever. It's a fucking calling, dog. So it means that much to me that I have to do it, because the sort of spirit is in me, so I have to do it. I have to make music. So when people start appreciating it, it's really dope. But you realize that there's a long way to go. Yes, there's people in South Africa that appreciate me, but there's more people that I still want to reach. There's people that don't have radio and don't have TV and can't afford to see MTV based video. You know what I'm saying? There's people that are still there. There's people that I still need to reach. So if we continue the sort of idea of having free shows and all that stuff, there's people that would never have the chance to go see someone perform getting that chance.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that's important to me, is there's still so much more to do. There's still so much more to learn. I remember when I was in Paris and Coffee calls me in to go and
Coffee.
Yeah. Oh, black coffee.
Just casual.
Yeah. Coffee calls me in to come join him for his set. He was playing and I was just there in the booth and stuff. And it's it was really cool because people were trying to come in and say hi to him, and he blocked them because they were trying to push me away because I was a small boy. No one knew who I was. That was really cool. I was like, oh man, you're really looking out for me. But the thing I saw was that we come into this arena. It's 25,000 fucking people, and Coffee's playing, and it's mad, and it's whoa, this is crazy. And then artists, usually artists would be I'd fucking kill this show. You know what I'm saying? That's what that
Yeah.
that would be the first thing that they have. Like, man, if I got this gig, I'd kill it. For me, it was like, man, there's a long way to go. It's a fucking long way
to get there, yeah.
Yeah, Coffee's 44.
Yeah.
I'm 28. That's 16 years.
Yeah,
That's 16
you
years.
you might get there slightly sooner than him.
But like, I'm just saying, it's 16 years of grind.
Yeah.
16 years of hard work. So I was like, man, like, damn, like, there's a lot of work that I need to do. There's a lot of work. There's so much that man has done, and there's so much that other people that are on that level have done that you don't see because you think because we're playing on the same lineup that we're the same level. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Definitely not.
Nah.
Like, yeah, it's funny. I chatted to one of the comedians about it. Like, a lot of comedians will say who they've opened for, you know, to try and like put themselves in that conversation.
What does that mean?
But like, I don't do that because I'm not like, I might have opened for other people, but I'm me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Like it's also like, even when you get a cosign, if you're not working hard on yourself, like, that cosign means shit.
yeah, I mean, someone saying you're good doesn't make you good.
Yeah. Because that cosign goes, okay, check out Bob.
Yeah, but now
And
if I
then
don't deliver,
you don't have anything. So now it's a bad cosign. You don't have nothing, you know? So it's like you still need to water your garden so that you're ready for anything that comes your way. And you're like, oh no. Like, it's like someone getting the perfect opportunity but not having the anything to show for it.
Yeah, but at least you've like that's the cool thing. You've been given opportunities and been able to deliver on them. Like, you worked with the Damon Albarn thing that
Yeah.
happened, yeah?
Yeah, I did that.
How was that?
It was cool.
He's like, I mean, what's he like to work with?
He's cool. He was like I like people that can leave their egos.
Okay.
I love that shit. Like, I love people that's like, okay, let's just chill.
Listening to his
Fucking-
music, I would have never known that he doesn't have an ego. Because like listening to Blur, like
Yeah, you know, I don't know if he probably does, but he didn't show it, you know.
Okay.
And you appreciate that. It's like, yeah, we're just having juice and having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I like that thing because at the end of the day, how he treated us or me, like, was very much like, okay, you're an artist I respect. That's why you're here, first of all, and then this work. So there's no game. There's no game to play, you know, like, because the truth is, then why did you invite me here? Mfunani? Like, like why am I here if when I used to feel the need to exert your freshness on me. Like, fuck your freshness, dog. You know? So he was really cool. Like, I'm lucky because I don't chase these things.
Yeah.
So I'm never in a weird situation where we're desperate for anything. So because of that, I always walk into the room with the energy of like, this is me. You know?
take it or leave it.
Yeah,
Like,
if the music is not coming, the music is not coming. I'm not gonna try to force myself to make a song with you. I'm not gonna try to force myself to. Nah.
and you also like, cause like so earlier today we were in Soweto and like you were basically, you know, just doing a little thing with kids, teaching them about what you've done, and you were bringing up like, so I find it hilarious that, you know, Chris Martin has you like, like literally he has your number, and you know, they dig your music and they dig you in that, but it's like you know, like, you know, it's not like you ever went to Coldplay and were like, listen to my music.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I didn't.
How did that actually happen?
I think he got to see me perform.
Yeah.
He chose to wait for me after the gig in Paris. He chose, you know, he did that out of himself. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. Like, if I've met people in the industry that are really good people, Chris Martin is one of them. Like, genuine guy. Yeah, and then there was that tweet where they were like, they're going for a while to finish off their album, and then Stimulus of Galito was on top, but Beyonce and all the other people, and then you sort of have this thing where your ego goes. You look at the country, right? You look at South Africa, and you look at how they taking that in, and it's almost like the industry acts like they're not seeing it.
Oh yes,
you know what I'm saying? The industry acts like they're not seeing it. I'm like, I know you're seeing it because I'm at the point where the validation is already there. Yeah. I told Chris. Me, you know, like, you can't take that shit away from me. You can't take the fact that man calls me. You can't take the fact that I can send him texts and he will reply. You can't take that away from me, you know. So it was like
aren't they? You remixed one of their songs.
Yeah, I've remixed one of their songs. They
that.
asked me. It was like, I think you could really like do well with this,
and they well, he's Like, can I say anything? Like that he's working on something?
I think right now they're just like finishing like off their album run and stuff. But yeah, we do, like, you can say it, we do have a song together. He played like a piano for one of the songs on Zeno.
Okay.
Yeah, so he played his piano edition. So then I took that back, and then I'm gonna drop that sort of remix maybe next year or something.
It's so dope, and that is that's what I like really want people to get out of this conversation is like, you don't need the industry like to do like a lot of the things that you like. Look at your career, and it's been done without like, you know, not doing it the way everyone else has done it.
It's about two things. It's about your art and people. That's all it's about. Some of the people you meet are in the industry,
Yeah.
and they can help you. Some of the people, most of the people that fund the industry are normal folk.
Yeah.
You know, the industry does not exist if no one watches the TV or if no one listens to the radio. Who listens to the radio? Who listens to the TV? Those are the people I'm focusing on.
And
Because then it's like cutting off the middleman, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, you've got your own label. That's why you're putting on your own shows and that. And
Let me just go directly to them. Like, how many stories have you heard of artists that then all of a sudden, when the label is not putting in like the money, they have money, but they do not know where to go to market themselves. So then the career ends
because it's all been done for them.
for them. You know, you've always been spoon fed. You can't spoon feed me my career. It's my life. It's my life, bro. Like, you can't tell me like you can't I can't be in a place where like shit, I'm a comic and then I don't understand like the acoustics of a room. Like, I don't tell them like, no, just lower the volume of the mic. I don't tell them anything. I don't understand. So like, when the people that are around me are not there anymore, I can't do the show.
Yeah, because
I don't know
how-
anything.
Yeah, like, and you also, you know, can't negotiate.
Yeah.
Like,
So much, I mean, I'm too big to know how the industry works. I'm too big to know how my career works.
so many people are like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
and
people
that's
are
why
like that.
so many people are having money stolen from them left and right.
Yeah, okay, cool. You can save and all that shit, but you've worked hard. You've worked hard. You have a catalog. You have royalties that can make you more money. You can go and re-sign that thing or relicense that thing to another label and chill for the next 10 years and get a fucking big ass like advance from that shit by you chilling because you own all your shit. So you don't need to work as hard as you used to work because now you're smarter.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, the cool thing for you with owning all your music and stuff now, 'cause that's an investment for life.
Yeah, Zeno will have that. My child would have that.
Like,
It's an asset.
The money that you're gonna make off of Afrovision is still coming for
Yeah.
a long time
It's
now.
it's an asset. What if 10 years from now, 15 years, 10 years from now, labels come through and they want to revisit the 2010s.
And then they make mixes and like,
Yeah. And then you don't own none of your music. Or they're looking for the best album
Yeah,
of
'cause they-
2018
yeah,
in
they can
Africa or whatever, and then they find Afrovision and then they want to work and I'm like, oh wait, I need to go talk to the label, and then the person that signed me at that label has died. And it's like now there's a new like MD or whatever that doesn't give a fuck about
and they've got
me.
your contract
And they've
and
just
they-
got my rights, and then they just like, no, we're taking everything. What happens then? What am I? I'm 48. I'm chilling.
And that's happened to a lot of people.
It happens to a lot of people. It happens to a lot of people. I want to do this for my whole life. I want to transition. I want to do other things. I want to go into movies. I want to do a lot of shit. Like, there's music in almost everything. I want to be part of that. I want to be like whatever it is, you know, like.
Do you want to make soundscapes for games at all?
I want to do that. Yeah, I want to do that. Why not? I can. I
Yeah.
study sound, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like I want to do that. Like, why not do voiceovers? Why not do cartoons when I'm doing the voiceover? Why not do shit, like, different shit? Score a movie, like, shit, bro. Like, Trent Reznor does that, like, all the time, you know, from 9 Inch Nails, like, to the way he is now. Couldn't have seen that with fucking dark music they were making. And then now, he's like this fucking guy. You go and you work for Apple. You know, what if another thing comes out, like another like streaming site comes out and I'm 40 and then they're looking for that. I can get that job. I can do so many things.
That's what's also dope, is like you're not like limiting yourself.
Yeah,
But that's
the window's open. the window's open. Like, this whole thing, oh, I'm a rapper, I'm a superstar. What the fuck does that mean?
And then they become entrepreneurs.
Yeah, like what
where
does
they
that
just
mean?
buy into, like,
You could have been an entrepreneur when you started by owning your rights.
Yeah. Well, I think that's something like, just if you're listening to this and you're willing to put in the work, because also like the labels have advantages if you don't want to do all the like this other stuff.
And obviously, we're not all the same, right? We're not all the same. Some people can sign, like some people do have good deals.
Yeah.
Like, so that's fine. Like the problem is not the label, the problem is the education, so that you know what you're doing. That's all it is, right? So it's like to the point where I know like people will be like, yo dude, but I'm broke. And it's like, but you've been broke more than you've been rich. Right? So maybe start doing other things, take away the things that make you feel so broke. And usually it's comparison.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like,
usually it's you're on your own, no matter how bad things are, you're kind of surviving.
Yeah.
You're kind of surviving. You're kind of living to see the next day, right? So that in itself is a blessing.
But
so then it's like
is the thief of joy,
and
man.
yeah, and then most people that make music have their own laptop to make the music. They just don't know maybe how to get it on iTunes or whatever, but they're already making the music. But you listen to the music and it's shit. So it's like, okay, cool. When you want to blow up and you want to be big, but you haven't worked on the first thing you need to work on. So when you just want to write the exam. Like, what's the syllabus? What's the subjects? Nothing. No one gives a fuck. I just want to write the exam because I saw someone else write the exam and they passed.
Yeah, that is a big problem with the industry, I think. Like,
everyone just wants to get on, dog, and then they'll use that shit against. They will use that shit against their business. It's called the music business.
Yeah,
they're fucking business, bro.
And you are,
if you can get
as an artist, you're on the lowest rung of the business.
Yeah, if you can get if you're into any business, if you're making phones and you can get a phone like a phone factory for free. Oh, you're not gonna take it? You're gonna fucking take it, because the phone is like, oh, we need funding. Nah, okay, let me take all your shit, and then now you got funding, but then now I'm making
like
that back end.
You think you're living your dream, and you are, because you're on stage every night,
yeah,
you're performing.
But it could be more.
Yeah, you could be. But the thing is, it also takes patience because you are now on stage. Like, you're doing 2 gigs today. We did this thing in Soweto as well.
Yeah.
You got a full day.
Yeah.
But like, a couple of years ago, you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, whereas other people, could have that sooner, the 3 gigs in a day sooner, but none of the money's, like, they're getting 10% of that.
Yeah.
Essentially,
And then I guess that's also like a value conversation and what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. And funny enough, saying no makes you more valuable.
Yep. You have to be asked to say no.
Yeah, you have to be asked to say no, but then also you can put out the energy of that you can't fuck with me.
Yeah. Like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Like, that is one of the most beautiful things. Like,
yeah, and that's what a lot of artists in the industry ask me. They're always like, man, like you're so you reachable but like unattainable. Like you're like the most like friendly.
You're approachable.
Yeah,
like,
you're approachable.
You can kick it.
Yeah, like you're the most like friendly, approachable person, but like we can't get you. Like
you can't. We won't work with everyone. Like,
you don't. People tell me like that I don't play the game. That I don't like. That I should be playing the game to be big in South Africa, and then it's like, to me, what is that? What is being big in South Africa? I have people that support me, right? Yes, the number can grow. Yes, we can talk about that, but that's
millions of fucking streams.
But that, like, dog, I do, and it's like, but all of those things grow. All of those things take time, and every year I've had has been progressive.
Yeah, like it's been. I love it. Like I think like Bala Winston might be like the next you in that regard of like
he's building his own shit.
Yeah, like, and just watching you grow and watching him grow has been like some of my favorite things in my life. Like,
the thing is all of us, before we go indie and all that shit, we knock on the same doors. We knock on these doors like, yo, let me in, please let me in. I promise you I'm good. No.
With him, you should listen to a song about Back to the City.
I promise you I'm good and all that stuff. And none of those people believe in you.
Yeah.
And then when you work on yourself and you get to the point, and then everyone believes in you. And then you're like, no, I remember you. I remember. But now the thing is, you're coming back, but it's on my terms.
Exactly. And that's when you can.
And it's like, no, I don't want to do it. When you want to work with me, you will work with me for my price, for what I need, all that shit. I don't ask for a lot, but like if you still trying to come at me.
And so here's the thing: if you couldn't see my talent then, you still don't see my talent.
You
now.
still don't see it now. That's why you're still trying to cut corners. No,
yeah.
No. You go to a Pick and Pay. You want a PS. PS is R8.99. You don't say I only have R199. No, you get it for R8.99. Right?
Yeah.
Right. If the PS says we on sale, 2 PSs for 12 rands, then you get your thing, right? But like you don't bargain with the cashier.
Whereas, like, in the music industry, it's so hilarious how bookings work and stuff. Like, also because I've had to do it for like some like, festivals where it's like you have to lie to people and be like, yo, we can't afford that. Meanwhile, you're paying like some dickhead, like, you know, like AKA 100K. Not that AKA is a dickhead, but he is. But like, it didn't mean like, you know, some dickhead AKA. I just meant. Anyway, like he gets like 100K or whatever, you know, for a gig. But then like there's another band that like I'm like, sorry, I can't pay you like $1,000. And it's like, nah.
You can.
I can.
You
like,
can,
but you like, but that's the same thing. But you as the band say yes to the grand. Because you're grateful for the opportunity. And that's how you get screwed.
And but at some points there is something to be said about
taking opportunities, of course,
like that, you know, because like some gigs I still play free gigs.
Dude, I still play free gigs all the time.
You know, and like what if I get an offer for like Glastonbury, and they're like, we'll fly you there, we'll get you accommodation, but we can't pay you. Do you think I'm gonna say no to that? You know what I'm saying? It's Glastonbury. I wouldn't. I'll take.
Wouldn't you start with a no?
I'd take that shit. If that's the offer, I would.
If that was your first offer, you would say yes.
Yeah, because it's a new market for me.
Sure, but like you just now you were saying like saying no has power.
Saying no does have power, but Glastonbury is the biggest festival in the world.
Okay.
Coachella is the biggest festival in the world. I'm not. That no is actually a very high level no, because the only thing they're not giving me is my fee.
Okay.
They're giving me accommodation.
They're flying over. 2
people. It's 2 people always.
So yeah.
So it's a good deal. And then what do I do when I get to Glastonbury? I fucking kill it.
Yeah, because that's also the thing. You got to leverage those opportunities when you do
exactly.
get them. So that you're not you're not getting $1,000 again next.
Exactly.
Or you're not getting.
And then when they come back, then I have leverage because they've seen what I can do.
Yeah, but also that's the thing. Like I guess, I mean, just looking at the history for myself, like with a lot of those bands that you know you book for lesser money and stuff, you know they don't deliver. They don't. You know, like there's a reason why AKA is 100K. Like, you know, he puts on
because when it's 10 people or whether it's 10,000, puts on the show.
Exactly.
There's a lot of artists that when it's 10 people, you can see that they're just like, what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or when they're not getting paid their fee, you can see them do a bad show, and then it's like, you never know who's in the fucking crowd.
Yep.
You never know who's in the crowd. You never know who's watching.
That's why, like, I just don't do gigs if I'm gonna feel like that. Like with comedy, I know like I can get in that mood, like where I can have a bit of a disdain and feel like if you disappointed by everything. And so I'd rather not do those gigs. You know, like,
So
because I'm not gonna take.
So then that's when knows your power. And then like on the Glastonbury thing, if Glastonbury has 200,000 people there, or let's say I'm playing to 50,000 people, and I did show for free, and then out of those 50,000 people, I get 5,000 people to buy my album. Yeah, I've made more money.
Or even just streaming it for like the rest of their lives.
Yeah,
you know? Like
I've made more money.
So that's an investment in its own way,
you know. So it's like that. It's like you sort of see these things like and some things you say no to and other things you say yes to. But like if you say no more than you say yes, you really usually on a good part. And I got that from Daft Punk. I learned that from Daft Punk from like looking at the interviews, looking at how they move, looking at how they don't like cater to like the market.
Yeah,
like they drop an album in 5 years or some shit, and now it's even more than 5 years because Random Access Memories was 2013, it's 2019 now. They're just quiet, no social media, nothing. Obviously, they've built that leverage to the point where they can do that.
Yeah, because everyone knows who Daft Punk is.
Yeah, you know, like how Frank Ocean does it.
Yeah, it's like
just
how
drop an album.
does it. You know,
I'm not like, and the other guys, Daft Punk is not a touring band.
No,
Frank Ocean is not a touring guy.
I mean, every now and again.
Every now and again, you know, but doesn't need it. So he's chosen that path for himself. So he says no. Can you imagine how many times he says no? No, I'm just chilling in the Bahamas or whatever.
I feel like he doesn't even say no anymore. Like he's just like.
I feel like they know.
Yeah,
they know.
Just don't ask him.
Yeah. Like, so it's kind of like that. That's where I want to build it to, me personally, because I love music. I think I even tweeted this. I love music, but I want to live life, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I want to live life. I want to have a very like well-rounded life. I don't want to be like Michael Jackson or Kanye West or whatever, to where
they lose
this
their
thing,
minds over
where this thing sort of like just
eats you up.
Eats me up. Because it's a powerful energy. It's a powerful industry.
Dude, look at like literally every major pop star.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
You like they've got major like look at fucking
Major-
Britney Spears, aka
major
even like
problem.
once again like
Prince, fucking
yeah.
Fela Kuti, even
dude.
Brenda Fassie. You know what I'm saying? Like you get to the point where you get on substances
When the music industry is your life, like
Yeah,
and
nah,
fame and all of that is your life, like
and you eat it up also, and you eat your own hype, and you eat your own like. It's like nah, bro. Nah, dog. Like I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for myself. I want people to appreciate the music. I want to be able to continue making music, but like I also want to have a life. I want to be a present father. I want to be present there just in case I get married or whatever. I want to be present as that. I want to be I want to be a good friend. All that shit, like all the important stuff that I will remember when I die or before I die. That's the shit I want to remember. I don't want to be like, oh man, at least I made 2,000 beats. The fuck does that mean? You know? So I don't want to be that. Like I know that money is everyone's king, right? Because we all need money to just like live and stuff. I know that, and I understand the sort of practical element of it. But I've chosen to just like reevaluate what success means to me.
it's not just about making all the money.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing for me. Like I'm not about like I mean maybe that's why I'm always broke, but like I'm not about making tons of money.
Yeah.
I'm about creating things. I'm about doing projects, and money is necessary a lot of times for that. But also I've done millions of things for free. Like as in like you know, like it's just stuff that you know you put out there and like it has an impact.
And if you understand how money works, it circulates.
Exactly.
You just need to figure out how to make it circulate towards you more often.
Exactly. Like
That's
like, that's the thing. I've been broke for like the last 3 months because of the festival, but at the same time, like okay, well, the festival like had like a knock on my ego in like certain ways, but you know, it's weird. Like the other day, like my girlfriend was like asking me like, "Are you not stressed like at the moment?" Because like I was saying, like I got no fuck all at the moment. Yeah. And I'm like, not really.
Yeah.
Like I'm still like I mean I'm just can't go out as much. I can't do these things, but like I'm still eating. I'm still creating. I'm still doing podcasts with everyone.
Yep.
I'm still you know writing.
The important stuff is there. Yeah. And then like what I've done is that like I've kept the important stuff there and I haven't expanded on it, even with the success. So everything that comes with the success is extra.
Okay.
But it's not like the main course. I've already been eating my main course before the success. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. If your main course is you doing podcasts and you doing shows and you being with your girl and you staying alive and all that stuff. So when you start like making more money and more, all that shit is extra, and it just like sits there and you can reinvest and you can do all these things. You don't have to go, okay, let me expand on my main course meal. Because now I have to live this.
I'm never gonna be a big house. Like
now I have to live this life that I'm living, and everyone just sees on Instagram every 2 seconds or whatever. But after that, I'm the one that's dealing with all these bonds and all this, like, you know, I'm paying for that shit and whatever. And it's like, and then
all of a sudden, the newspapers are writing about
all
the
of a
house
sudden
being repossessed.
Yeah, and all of a sudden they will write about that. Oh yeah, Muzi used to think that his he's the shit. Now look at him now. Where did Muzi go? All those stories, you know. So I'd rather just like from the get go, just do it for me.
Cool. I think that brings us to the end, man.
All right, bro.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, dog.
Dude, I'm actually pumped for this gig that we're about to go to because I haven't seen you like live like since like the Afrovision launch.
Yeah.
That wasn't like a
yeah.
Oh no, I saw you at Afropunk.
Oh yeah.
That was dope.
Like
like I enjoyed it, but like it was a little
disconnected. Yeah, it was disconnected because they didn't want me to perform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they want me to DJ, and it's like I'm not just that.
Actually, before we go, let's talk about that. You were just a DJ though. Like you used
I was.
to. So like you didn't used to sing. You like So what changed? How did all of this? How did Muzi become more than just a producer, DJ? How did you become an artist?
I always used to put my vocals in songs like for ideas and stuff. So I've always been like songwriting and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I got confident enough to put my voice in there, and I was like, shit. And John was like, hey, you sound good. I'm like, really? I'm like,
yeah.
Then he started listening to more like Maskandi music, and like, these people are not like Adele singers, but they're singing.
No, you did, 100%.
So it's a feeling thing. I'm like, okay, cool. So I follow the feeling, and then you start singing more in songs. And then the performing,
Like, I had no idea it was you singing, like, the first few times, like, I listened to, like, some of the songs you were
yeah,
singing.
a lot of people are like, ah, shit, you know. So then now I do like vocal training. I'll go like, not like officially. I'll go on YouTube, and I'll go on YouTube and I'll like look at things and be like, oh yeah, how do you train your vocals or whatever, and I'll do that, you know. And then the performing happens because they cut my set. They cut my fucking set at Basha Uhuru, and then I had no choice. So I thanked them for that. Because
What do you mean you had no choice? Explain what happened.
So I was gonna DJ for my set,
Yeah.
right? And then they cut into the set, right?
How much did they cut? How long was your
I had
set?
like 6 minutes, right?
How long was your set originally?
I think it was like 45 or something, right? Anyways.
Wow, that is...
Yeah,
so
because
you
there
had-
was a headliner coming after me or whatever.
So they were just like, go play a song.
So yeah, so I play an edit and then I DJ in New Day. And as I'm DJing New Day, right, I see some girls in the front, whatever, and they singing New Day, right? And I'm like, oh shit, there's people that actually know this song, right? And then I see a mic, and I'm like, and then I look at the time. There was like a clock like counting me
Ticking
down. I'm like, and then I look at the song. I'm like, shit, I've got the exact
This is like
time.
movie shit.
This is movie shit. I've got the exact time. So what am I gonna do? You know, it's like one of those moments in movies when it's like everything is like slow.
Yeah.
You can see so many things. You see the guys. There's a guy tapping me on my shoulder, telling me that my set time is about to be over when he just told me that my set time just started. I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at the crowd. I'm looking at the mic. I'm looking at my computer. I'm fucking sweating. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Right? I take the fucking mic and I go do it. Because the first thing was like, shit, Kool-Kat is not here, so he can't sing a verse. I'm like, I can sing the verse. I know the song. I know the words. Bah, go in, perform New Day. And that was the sort of birth of the hybrid thing. And then
now your live show is a full on. You sing.
I
you
do
jump, you stage dive.
I stage dive. I do everything. It's wild. It's wild and it's on edge. But I like that. That's who I am. I'm disruptive.
Dude, it's kind of crazy. Your live show is almost like a band.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fucking
just
crazy.
you.
It's just me, and
But
then
you're pulling
it's
all
like
the
it's like
roles.
that BCUC energy. I saw BCUC
Yeah.
perform live, and I was like, I love that energy. And then let
They
me
are power.
take that energy and put it into my shit. Let me just give all, you know. So and then I just started doing that, and then I've just like building that, and then but then it gets to a point where some people still like try to book me for like DJ sets, and I'm like, I'm not that anymore.
Like you couldn't go
not-
back to that.
Yeah, I'm not that anymore. I'll do it for some gigs or whatever, but like I'm not that anymore. I love performing.
But do you enjoy DJing still? Like playing other people's music and that, or
Nah, not that much. Even in my sets, it's just like I'll play like 3-4 people's other songs or whatever, and then the rest of the stuff is just mine.
That's dope.
Yeah, cause I'm an artist. I'm here. It's Muzi.
Yeah.
You know, it's not Muzi the guy that plays other people's songs. Like I want people. There's always people in the crowd that are there because they heard Zeno or they're there because they heard Afrovision, and now they want to see that. And then imagine if I'm not playing that because I'm too busy trying to play the top 10. Nah, fuck that. You know. And that thing I realized early. Like even when I used to DJ and like just DJ only and play EDM whatever, I used to play the songs that weren't on the top 10 or top 100 or whatever. Play songs that I like because I realized you easily replaceable if you're the one playing hits.
Exactly. You're just because anyone like, and that is what actually happens is that anyone gets booked in that slot.
Anyone, they just
Like-
need to learn how to mix well,
Yeah.
and then they're the next person. So it's like for me, how you
have to offer something unique.
you become invisible when you're not yourself.
Cool. Now we're ending on that.
Yeah.
Bro, thank you, bro. That was
Thank you so much, bro.
perfect. I feel like a lot of people, like I've been wanting to do this forever with you, just because like I know you've got so much to share
Yeah.
with, like, and the way you've done things I think is correct. So thank you for your time, bro.
Thank you so much, bro.